All right, have you opened your most recent gas bill yet? If not, brace yourself. A very cold December combined with skyrocketing rates that are still at all-time highs is fueling massive bill spikes. A lot of you have emailed me wondering what is being done about this, and the short answer so far is very little. It was a year ago when I first showed you how monthly winter gas bills were surging past groceries, car payments, even rivaling childcare as one of the biggest expenses facing households across Massachusetts.
The grand total was $731
For 1 month of heat.
for 1 month of heat
In a condo.
in an 1,800 square foot condo.
Wow.
That's basically double what my car payment is, correct?
This winter, it's every bit as maddening. A cold December.
You have to go back to 2017 to find a December that was any colder.
Temperatures for the month ran 4.5 degrees below average, combined with gas rates that are as high or higher than last year, add up to exploding bills. There are two major gas companies in Greater Boston, National Grid and Eversource. National Grid delivery rates fell slightly this year, 8 to 9%. But combined with a 13% hike in the cost of gas, bills are running about the same as last winter. But Eversource delivery rates are up about 12%. Combined with higher gas costs means bills are at least 13% more expensive. We pressed the company on that when it first filed the rate hike plans. That's well beyond the rate of inflation. So how does the company justify that?
It's part of what we have to do every day. There's no disputing the fact that bills have increased, and they've increased in a sizable way.
Partly fueling this rise are state programs, the biggest of which is Mass Save, costing $4.5 billion over 3 years. Feeling the heat last year, the State Department of Public Utilities ordered gas companies to break out that Mass Save charge on bills. On National Grid bills, under delivery charges, you'll find a line labeled Energy Efficiency. That's the money for Mass Save. Eversource went a step further and created a new category, Public Benefits, which includes both Mass Save and the state's Low-Income Assistance Program. On this $550 bill, Mass Save, again labeled as Energy Efficiency, adds $74. But the overall biggest cost facing gas customers is putting new pipes in the ground, like we saw Eversource doing in this Wrentham neighborhood last fall. Going back to that $550 Eversource bill, the company says about half, $257, is for maintenance and infrastructure. That amount does include the company's 9% profit margin. But the state has allowed spending on replacing gas pipes to grow year over year, despite a goal to phase out gas by 2050. Are projects like this making this transition off gas just more expensive?
So I don't think so. I look at it and say, what value am I bringing to my customers? When I look at an old pipe like that and I look at the risk of it.
The Gas System Enhancement Plan, or GSEP, is a state program to replace the most leak-prone pipes. And gas companies can include the cost in their rates right away. Spending hit $901 million last year, up 300% in 10 years. All while gas customers are also paying for those Mass Save rebates to switch customers to electric heat.
We don't want to ask people to pay for both.
State Senator Michael Barrett, as chair of the Utilities and Energy Committee, says state lawmakers must take action, but when is not clear.
Every time you put in a new gas pipe, you know, it's 40 years addition to your monthly gas bill. It takes that long. It's like paying off a 40-year mortgage. So we have all these 40-year mortgages sitting around.
So far, there's been little movement on Beacon Hill in the last year on an energy bill for this session. The governor proposed a bill that hasn't really moved. It's been in committee since May, and a House measure that would have made some sweeping changes, including limiting the size of future Mass Save plans. Well, that quietly died. So if you want your voice heard on this, call your state rep or state senator. If you've got a consumer story for me, send me an email. I've heard from a lot of you on this. I'm sure I'll hear from more. Ben@WCVB.com.